Hi everyone, it's Susie Lee with Ballerina Boutique, and welcome to my segment of Craft Around the Clock. Happy Tuesday. I'm not usually live early on a Tuesday, but here I am. How about that? If you're just jumping on, say hello and let me know what's going on in your neck of the woods. Let me know how your day's going. Let me know how your weather's going. Let me know where you're watching from. That's always fun to know. I'm always amazed at how many people are watching from Australia or, the UK. It's just amazing to me anyway. And I got one from Scotland, actually. So it's kind of a cool thing. Let's see if Miss Tracy has shared me over into the group yet. And if not, I can wait. No, I'll just move on. I'll just move along, Susie. Anyway, so today what we're going to be doing, let me just show you. I'm going to put this over here. I've got this cute little box. It's like a little handbag almost, or like a little, it reminds me of my Barbie cases back when I was little. Remember not the Barbie, but what was it called? Penny Bright. Remember Penny Bright? I'm really dating myself. This was back in the 60s. There was a little Penny Bright, and her clothing would have fit in here because she was about this big. Anyway, hey, Miss Tracy. So thanks for sharing me, girl. All right. So anyway, I got this at the Target dollar spot, and I thought it was so cute. Now, I had a plan. I always had plan A, B, and C. However, A did not work. I was going to do this. This was from Temu. Now, I've had trouble with these before, trying to get these to release. I heated it, I rubbed it, I waited for it to cool off. I went and took a shower, I came back, and it was still not releasing. It would not release. So I said, bye-bye. We're going to do something different with this. And I already had a plan in place that I was thinking about doing anyway. So I have these little strips of paper. This is so cute the way it is. I mean, it opens up like this, and it's just plain green inside, and we could change that too. I want to make sure that this ribbon piece here stays out of the way of the paint or anything else. So I'm going to just make sure that's in there really well. And hey, Melba, how are you? Hey, Cindy. So today, I've got these beautiful, this was inspired by a floor that I saw on Pinterest. How many of you have seen a wood planked floor with all these different patterns? Have you seen that on Pinterest? I went gaga over it. I thought how beautiful that would be in a shabby chic bedroom. So I'm going to kind of make this my vibe, which would be a kind of a shabby chic. Yeah, that was cute, Tracy, but it wasn't going to work. I tried for like a half an hour and I said, okay, I'm over this. I'm over this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these beautiful patterns that I chose. Some of them are rice paper from Digital Deco Designs, and some of them are scrapbook paper from my Susie Q Scraps Life back in the day. So I've made these. I've got a few little birds here that I might that I did with hot glue real quick, like that I may incorporate into this piece. But one thing that I definitely want to do is I want to use this. Now, this is a rice paper was given to me. Don't ask me where I got it because I don't know, but it's a clock. It's a clock. I can't use it as a clock. And I have a clock. I could put together a clock. I could do that, but it won't. It'll look kind of funny because the hands will be going everywhere and this one won't. I could probably do that. Wouldn't that look cool? I don't know. Let's see. I'm looking where the Roman numerals, and it's Roman numerals, and I've got regular numbers, so that I wouldn't be able to use that. It would not work. It would not work. But I am going to use this as a faux clock, and I'm going to first of all, I'm going to kind of guesstimate where I want the background to be on this. Because I want it to be white so that it pops. I want this to pop in the background. So I'm just going to give this a little bit of casement white on the top of this. And I'm going to take these strips later on, and we are going to do every other one in these different patterns. I'm going to try to replicate, sort of, kind of, what I saw on that Pinterest board. It was so stinking cute. I wish I had a floor like that. I do. If I ever had a house built again, I think I would do that. Honestly, it was just the coolest thing. Anyway, hey, Lynn Stedman, how are you? Hi, Natalie Marie, good to have you. And did I say hi, Deborah? I didn't. And Denise Wingler, y'all popped on all at the same time. How are you all? Good to have you. Hey, Lori Harris and Melba. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of guesstimate where I want this. Okay, there's the number. I'll figure that out later. I just gotta have some white background here. Just white background. And I'm just gonna kind of, it went all the way to the edges. It did. It did go to the edge. And so I'm just going to give it some white paint. Kind of fanning it out a little bit like this. Once I get the first coat on, I can tell you more of where the white should be. I could have penciled it off a little bit. Okay. Like that. Okay. Oop, knocking everything over as I go. Hey, Cheryl. Well, we're going to have, the whole rest of it is going to be very colorful. Okay, so the front's going to be the kind of the focal point. And you're going to see all of that. I mean, you know, you could leave it green and white, but then I'd be sitting here with nothing to do. Right? Then I wouldn't have anything to do. What would I do with my 45 minutes? I have to do something, right? Okay, I see where it needs to be. It needs to go out just a little bit more. Goes more out toward, it's pretty circular. Kind of. That will be close enough for government work. And then what I'm going to do here, now I've dried it a little, and this is Fusion Mineral Paint Encasement. And what it does is it covers really quick and it dries really fast. And that is why I pay an extra $1 or $2 to have it. I just like it. It makes my life easier. And anything that makes your life easier, to me, you know, time is money, right? This would probably take 4 coats to cover with the regular Starcraft paint. This will be 1, 2, and done. Sometimes it's 1 and done, depending on what it's covering. So, okay, there we go. Right? Time's money, right? Cheryl Blank! Yay! How are you, sister? You're back from Hawaii? So much fun. I was living vicariously through you. That looked like it was a great trip. I'm so glad you got to enjoy it again. One of these days, maybe, probably not, but you know, we can dream, right? We can, gotta have a dream. Gotta have a dream, right? Have you caught up with your sleep? It took me forever when we went. We went for our 40th anniversary, and I'm not kidding you. I thought it was going to take me the rest of my life to catch up with my sleep. It was the jet lag was just made me cray-cray. Hey, Deborah, how are you? I thought of you today, and I said, God bless her, because she sent me that big old box, and I needed it today to ship something. And I said, oh, I hate to give it up, but man, oh man, it was the perfect size for what I was shipping. I said, oh, thank you so much for that. What did I do with, oh, here it is. A little piece of paper. I just want to blot that. Just a damn, there's a glob. We don't need a glob. So I've been thinking about the Vintage and Thrifted event coming up this weekend. You guys excited about that? Starts Friday with Marketplace. That's always a fun time. lots of good deals and wonderful vintage finds. Oh, it's always a nice thing. So anyway, and then Saturday starts the vintage and thrifted event. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys can, what just happened? What just happened, Susie? I clicked on something I shouldn't. No. Oh, goodness sakes. This is my iPod. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, please dream. Gotta have a dream, right? You can dream. Both of my slap it on brushes. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, here's one. Here's one. Got a good slap it on brush right here. A big fat one. I like that. My picture is blinking on and off, on and off. Come on, FB. Come on. It's making me dizzy. I can't even look at it. Oh my goodness. Goodness sakes. All right, so I'm going to put this Mod Podge on here. For real, it's going on and off. Am I blinking to anybody else? The green striped tote I got from Target Dollar Spot. I don't usually shop there, but I had to go there recently for, well, I was with Angelina, I think, when I bought, maybe not, I might have went there for something else. But anyway, every time I go there, I have to stop at the dollar spot, right? Have to. It's a rule for crafters, I think. Okay, I'm looking for the one. All right, there. When I can see the one, I know the one before it is going to be 12. So I'm just going to put this on here like this. I was going to pounce it with my little brush, but I don't have it. It's incapacitated right now. So I'll do it with this brush. The little Dollar Tree paint brushes, they're great for this, you know. You get all the wrinkles out and all that good stuff. It'd be cute. Get up under all these little spots. Make sure that they're going to lay down nice. Okay. Okay. One little spot here going to give me a hard time. No, you're not. Oh, no, you're not. Okay, now see, if I hadn't put that white on there first, you wouldn't have been able to see it as pretty. Look at how pretty that is. Isn't that cute? I love that. All right, so what we're going to do next, I will seal this once we dry it really well. I want to make sure it's really good and dry. But I've got these, all of these beautiful strips of paper that I cut. And what I did, because I will show you. I'm looking at this and I'm going, well, hold on. See where this stripe ends here? Well, look at what happens. This stripe ends, but this stripe, carries all the way around, but it's off right here at this part. So whoever put this together, put this part together wrong. It wasn't lined up with both spots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to avoid that. I cut it a little wider, these a little bit wider than the strip actually is, in case, you know, there was anything to cover up. But I think that if I just did it from here to here, or maybe I'll just leave the top alone so that you do still see those green spots. That's what I'm thinking. And then see how that looks. Maybe I won't carry it all the way up, because number one, the handle's going to interfere with it. Number two, the latch is going to interfere with it. But if I go from the back up under, I think that should be sufficient. And I'm going to pick some pretty colors. $4.45 to $5.30, correct? I had to think. All right, I'm gonna quickly go over this just to seal it, seal the deal. This is a cute little rice paper somebody sent me. I can't even remember who, many moons ago. And I have had this in my stash for a very long time, waiting its turn. You know, it waits its turn to be used. And I am even sealing this part of the box that I didn't cover because we want it to all look uniform. Right? And you know there's going to be a little bit of bling involved, right? You knew that was in there somewhere, right? All right. I'm going to just cover this. I think it's cute just like it is. Like I'm done, right? No, it's just, you know, the sky's the limit. Where do you stop as a crafter, right? Yeah, I'm going to leave the top as is, exactly. Hey, sweet Annabella, how are you? Anna, did I pronounce your name right last night, or did I butcher it? I'm so sorry if I did. Mod Podge, if you get it thick in any one area, it takes forever to turn clear. It drives me crazy. That's the only thing I don't care for about Mod Podge. I could have used my what the heck is in it? This, my Maker's Magic. I got a little bit of it left, and it dries nice and clear. It's super, super duper sticky. But what I don't like about that is it smells like ammonia, and I've heard that they're working on that issue. So, all right, we've got that. So let's turn this around and decide what colors I want to use. I love this. This is a scrapbook paper I've had for many years, back in the day, you know. So I'm just gonna do here, and then I'll cut it off there, and then around the back, the bottom. Like that. All right. Got a game plan, sort of, kind of. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. You were saying your name is Anna B, and so I just tried to pronounce it, just for the heck of it. No, I don't think I did pick you. I don't think I did. Did I? I don't think I did. I didn't write it down anyway. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to get you give you false hope here, but I definitely tried to pronounce your name. I did. Even though you told me not to. It was a challenge, right? I always like a challenge. All right, I'm not going to do this top part. I'm just going to do the stripes here. Try to keep it. You know what I could do is I could just do that. Do the I probably should just do that. Just do the scrapbook paper, right? Why make this more difficult, Susie? Because, you know, I like a challenge, right? It's a little bit wider than the stripe. A little bit more. It's a little bit wider than the stripe on the purse. So I'm just going to slap it on. Like that. Like that. A little more than usual. Oh, I love that color. That paisley. It's a pretty paisley. Love that. Okay, I'm going to just cover that stripe up as well as I can. Hold it here, bend it down over the edge and secure it. It reminds me of that floor. Has anybody ever seen that done? Where it's a wood floor, they're planks, and every single plank is different with a different floral, little tiny floral country pattern. It's so pretty. I absolutely fell in love with it when I saw it I'll have to post it. I will post it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Maybe I need a smaller scissor. Because this is thick. This is cardstock. This one is. So it's going to be harder. I'm not going to be able to get it off with a sanding tool. So I'm just going to cut it like that. And if I have to, I can always go around the edge here with a little bit of bling, hide any imperfections or anything like that, right? I can bling it up. I got bling. I got bling for my, oops, we don't want that to stick. We don't want that to stick there. We want to take that off. Just like so it'll be every other one. Like that. See, I like that. I think that's so sweet. I don't know why, that just appeals to me. It just does. So let's see. Let me get the next one on here that I'm going to do. This is pretty. This is Digital Deco Designs paper, rice paper. That's what this is. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of Mod Podge on it and apply. Okay. Yeah, that's easier than trying to keep it between the lines. I have a hard enough time doing that when I'm driving. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oops, that's upside down. I just noticed the music notes are going the wrong way. I think. Oh, I had it the right way the first time. All right. See, if I wasn't a musician, I would know or care. All right. There we go. How pretty. Just gives it an element of that shabby chic look that I love so much. So I'm just going to cut it off here, straight across. And I think if I was to sand it, it would scuff up the box, and I don't want to do that. Okay, what's the next one? Shall we do this one? Shall we do that? Kind of like this. This pretty, this is scrapbooking paper I've had in my stash forever. And so, here we go. Here we go. Just gonna do the same thing. Get these strips on here. Hi, Joyce. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, use it up, you know? I mean, and if you have, like, say, an old wood floor or something and you wanted to create it, you could create like a rug look on an old wood floor, and you could you know, just make a square of it or a rectangle of the different color scrapbook papers or, you know, paper designs, and it would be so stinking pretty. I think it would be gorgeous myself. Just make it look like a little rug right in the middle of your floor. If you got floor that's maybe old and you don't really have the funds, because, you know, flooring is expensive. If you don't have the funds, then you could just cover it up like that. So cute. Sure that's down there really well. Look at how cute that is. Isn't that cute? I love that. Just something different. Make sure that they're on there really well. Give them a good push as they're drying. And then I can go over the whole thing. Once everything's good and dry. I like to wait almost like overnight before I seal my stuff, my papers, because it's for me it it's better. It doesn't wrinkle up and stuff. This is a Digital Deco Design heart-shaped paper, and I just decided it was the perfect shade of a little bit of pink to go in this, because I like a little bit of pink. And so we're gonna use that. We can keep the Mod Podge from running away from us. That's key. Keep that Mod Podge in check. Okay. I'm not going all the way to the top or the bottom because, of course, I cut that part off, so I'm not too concerned. I just want to make sure that the heart shape goes in the right direction. Just like that. See, I'm glad I made it ever so slightly over. That way, I don't have to worry so much about the paper not covering the green stripe. Right? I think I need to go down pull it down just a tad more. Just don't want to rip it. Oh, there we go. Keep it straight. Cute, cute, cute. Gonna give it just a little more Mod Podge because it's not sticking at the top there. Must have missed a spot. Hey Phyllis, how are you? Thank you, sweetie. Whoa! I went the wrong direction on that. Wax on, wax off. I want to do that. Okay. That's what it reminds me of, that Pinterest floor that I saw. So pretty. Yep. Okay. What's the next one? What's the next one we should do? It's the last one, actually, that I'm going to do. I could do this little tiny sniver, and I might, but now I'm wishing I would have cut this wallpaper that I had. I think I'm going to go with this green one again. Start the pattern process all over again. I love this paisley. It's so pretty. So since I love it so much, I'm going to go with a little extra. Just like me, a little extra. Okay. There we go. All right, place it over the, and sometimes it just helps to kind of score it around the edges. So it kind of has a little memory of where to go. I'm going to move this over just a bit. There we go. It wasn't covering over here as well. I love this. So pretty. One little spot, just didn't want to let go. Didn't want to turn loose. There you go. There you go. See, I knew you could do it. Turn me loose. Let me go. Set me free. I love that. Very, very shabby chic to me. I love that look. All right, so I'm gonna do next here with this. I've got these birds, these cute little birds. What time is it? Okay, I've got these cute little bird molds that I made. Now, when you make these molds, I'll show you something. What I do with hot glue, what I do, it's a little trick that I learned, and they turn out really, really well, and you get more detail with them, is when I go to mold them, I kind of open it up. Let me take these out first of all so I can show you what I'm going to make one and show you what I do. I kind of open it up like this. See how delicate and detailed and small those little spots are for the bird? So that little bird tail is not going to get that hot glue in there if you don't open it up a little bit. So what I do is I kind of open it up like this, and I just go in there and I start the hot glue. Then I turn it loose. And in addition to that, it opens it up. So you got the bird's feet now, okay? And in addition to that, I find that if I just take my heat tool and I go over it like this, it sinks down in. What this does is it melts it hotter than your hot glue tool, and it gets down into all the cracks and crevices better, and you get a better image. And it doesn't take long, just a couple extra seconds, but once that dries, you're going to have a great image that looks something like that. And then I'm going to paint it up. So we're going to take this white paint that I have here and take some of these images. We're going to paint them. Yes, we are. I'm going to do it on this. Oh, what do I need a proper brush for this. You got to be able to get into all the nooks and crannies and stuff. So this is soon to become another slap it on brush, as I lovingly call them, because see what happens to the ends of them. Sometimes they get kind of, after a few years, they get all fuzzy on the end. And so I'm just gonna get in here with my little fuzzy brush. You can get in there with a stencil brush probably too, or a chip brush, whatever works for you. And just, you know what? I'm gonna get another plate so I'm not chasing it around everywhere. There we go. Oh, for some reason, there must have been some slight bits of oil in the mold. Now I have washed my molds really well recently. Maybe I didn't get all of the oils out, because what's happening is you get that pulling away sometimes. And this is a bird with flowers on it right here. So it might take a couple of coats. I'm going to add some color to the birdie and the flowers. But you got to get around the edges of any mold, whether it's hot glue or clay or whatever you're using. You got to get around the edges, so don't forget your edges, otherwise it's going to be plain. Like that. This is from Target, and the paper is from her stash. Yes! Just from my stash, my scrapbooking paper, and this was a rice paper that someone sent me. I can't even remember who. It's been many years. So, okay, so I'm not going to use this one. Let's see, what color do we want? I've got a really pretty blue here, and I just think it'll look really pretty with that bird. And I'm gonna go ahead and put a little dot of it out here. Just a dab. Yeah. I get in here, and right with that, with the white, I'm gonna go right in. I'll very gently hold the bird down. This is a, this blue here is called Cayman Blue, and it is by Folk Art. And I like doing it when the paint is a little bit wet, because you get a little variation, right? I'm gonna do the same thing to this little birdie, this pretty birdie. I kind of like to pounce. I'm a pouncer. A dabbler. That's me. The bird's a warbler, and I'm a dabbler. All right. And I need a pretty, like, oh, I don't know, what color would I do these flowers that are next to it? Some kind of pink, right? I do have some pretty pinks here. This one right here is called fuchsia. And I think if I mixed it with the white, it'd be really pretty. Another thing I like about Fusion Mineral Paint is it mixes well with other paints and it gives you more of a quality of paint. So I'm going right in here. It's got a little blue on it. It's coming out lavender-ish. So I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to pounce around on this hot glue. Add some blue in with it because I like the color that it's turning. It's kind of a lavender-ish, more than fuchsia. I like that. It's a fun thing about mixing your paints. You never know what it's going to turn out like, right? Make your own customized color. Thank you. These are plunder earrings that I got from Miss Fran. From Miss Fran, and there she is. They are one of my favorites, my go-tos. I wear them a lot. I'm going to hold off on using those birds, mainly because I've got 10 minutes. So we're gonna move on, and I'm going to add. The only way you can add green now at this point and let it look like a little dab of green is to get this part dry. Otherwise, it's going to muddy it up. You don't want to do that. I'm just going to put a little dab of this green in there just to give it some. If it'll come out. Oh, that's more than I really wanted. That was a big dab. I'll put it back. I can put it back when we're all done, said and done. All right, I'm just gonna go in like this and just give the illusion of some little green leaves here and there amongst the flowers. And I kind of see that there, how I did that. And you're just gonna dry that up. I will put that back. Green, I don't like to waste my paint. And I'm thinking that around this clock, we got these beautiful flowers, and I'm thinking, oh, how in the world did I do that? Can you see that? I even got it on my bracelet. Oh my word, I didn't even see myself doing that. Mine must have splashed out somehow. Yikes. I think I'm going to put it on this side. These birdies, these pretty birdies. Let's see where I'm going to place them. Kind of around this clock, like they're just kind of hanging out. Come on, birdie. I think it just came apart from the, no it didn't. I'm just going to kind of play with it a minute here. This one's going to go on this side, like right over here. I like it right there. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue to the hot glue. Gotta be careful because you don't want to get your fingers burned. Don't burn yourself. It's kind of hard to wear your little fingers when you're placing these. Just there, like that. Like that. And this little dude up here, I'm thinking. And I will get up under there with some B7000. If any of it lifts, I've got the B7000 with the little pointy tip. It looks like it's just kind of hanging out on this limb, sort of, kind of like that. Oh, how cute are they? Just kind of hanging out there on the clock, right? All right, so then what I want to do is I want to take some of this bling that I have, and around the edge here, this whole edge, I want to bling it. I'm going to bling it. I am. And I might bling around the clock too with some singular, yeah, that's pretty. With some singular, stones. So there's that. Better to cut too much than not enough, right? So this is the stickiest stuff. If you have never, I got this bling from Amazon. It comes in all the colors, you know. And I got to tell you, this is the stickiest doggone stuff I've ever worked with. It's got some glue that just won't quit. For real. For real. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on this end here. Work my way on over. And it's very easy to use. It's very forgiving. It kind of has a stretch and a give to it. So if you know, and it doesn't stick like immediately, like you're never going to get it off now. It has a little bit of leeway. You have a little leeway with it. So. A little bit of a stretch, especially if you're going around something rounded like this. You can, it's round is hard to get perfect when you're cutting it or when you're doing something like this. Anyway, yes, this purse came from the Target dollar spot. I think it was $3, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was $3. That little bit of bling went a long way, didn't it? Yes, it did. How cute. Look at that. That is so pretty, right? And time is it? I've got 5 minutes. Whoops. Stay put. Stay put, buddy. I'm going to take some, I think I'm going to use my AB Stones, but I'm going to put it on with Totally Dazzle's Rhinestone Applicator kit real quick. We're going to go around the clock. We're going to rock around the clock. That's what we're going to do. Yes, we are. And we're going to go with B7000 right around the edge here. Get my picker pen going here, like this. And just start plunking them AB. So this is SS20 size AB stones. I sell these in my Etsy shop. They are beautiful. They are a very high quality flat back crystal, kind of like similar to the quality of one of the top brands. You might recognize it starts with S. It's a very high quality crystal, this is. You put it up against some other crystals and it's just, there's no comparison. It just is very sparkly and brilliant. Looks like I got some SS16s mixed in there with my, and wherever there's a flower, I'm skipping over that. I'm not going to put one over the flower. I'm going to let that flower just shine and be beautiful. Now, my problem with these projects is, you know, I work on them after the live is over and I play with them around. So, you know, I just don't have the ability to stop or to know when to stop. So, are you guys like that too? I just don't know when to quit. I've been accused of that. You almost missed me. Ah, Fran, I'm coming out your way Thursday. You do. You want porch drop off? That's funny. I am coming out your way. I'm going to go to a, one of the littles baseball games. I think I'm going to. So that'll be fun. Oh, shoot, Susie. I picked up I don't know how I got some SS16s in with my SS20s, but I did. And, you know, when you've been bling slinging as long as I have, you can tell immediately when you look at it if it's an SS16 or an SS20 or whatever size. You can spot them a mile away, kids. A mile away. What time is it? Oh, I got 1 minute. Listen, I'm going to continue blinging around this, rocking around the clock. And hey, listen, if you guys aren't following me over at Ballerina Boutique, make sure that you are. Go on over there and give me a follow. Would love to have you as one of my sweet Bellas. We have so much fun over there, don't we, ladies? And I would love to have you. So I'm just going to finish these last 2 stones here, and we're going to give it a, call it a day. Well, I'm going to finish up. I will finish up, and I will post pictures and show you all. And if you didn't see my my Reels video on my t-shirt that I did and my last craft around the clock, make sure you go take a peek at that. That turned out really cute. I love that little t-shirt. So anyway, this is what we have thus far, guys, and I think it's awfully pretty. I might go on each side there and give it some gold. I've got some gold pen that I could zhuzh it up with a little bit, but I think it's absolutely darling. I absolutely could put a real clock face in there, and that would be a real cute different piece, wouldn't it? A clock purse, something no one else has, that's for sure. All right, guys, thanks so much for being here, and refresh your screen and go watch the next presenter. Have a great night. Bye-bye.